Hey guys, so I just finished watching Dawn of the Planet of the Apes on 4K HDR. It's the follow-up to Rise of the Planet of the Apes prequel series. I really love the original Planet of the Apes series from the 60s starring Charlton Heston. I grew up watching that series and have nothing but love for it, even though it did get way more campy as it went along. So when I heard they were doing a prequel series, I was really quite excited and I couldn't wait to see what they did with it. So when Rise of the Planet of the Apes came out, I was actually completely blown away about how good it was. It was such a fantastically done movie. With Andy Serkis doing the performance capture for Caesar was just groundbreaking. It was so beautifully done and so expertly done. It was just seamless. And James Franco and John Lithgow as supporting characters in this movie, they really elevated the movie to something special. So when they announced they were going to be doing a sequel, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, I was like wondering how they were going to surpass something so original and so well done, and they totally exceeded my expectations. What they did here was nothing short of amazing. It is groundbreaking cinema. Matt Reeves has absolutely nailed this and knocked it out of the park. We've got Gary Oldman as Dreyfus. We've got Jason Clarke as Malcolm, go Aussie. We've got Kerry Russell as Ellie and Cody Smith-McPhee as Alexander, go Aussie. Toby Kebbell as Kobar, of course. Andy Serkis reprising his role as Caesar, and Kirk Acavito as Carver, the bad guy. Now, what they've done with this movie is just absolutely groundbreaking. We have got such a beautiful score with this movie from Michael Giacchino, and the cinematography by Michael Saracen is just stunning. There's a lot of bleak, grey, rainy day scenes in this movie, and he just manages to make them look absolutely gorgeous. The HDR in this film is just absolutely eye-popping. I've double dipped, obviously. I do have a massive Blu-ray collection, and being a massive fan of the Apes series, I do already pre-own them. So when they announced they're releasing these things on 4K, for me, pretty much a no-brainer to pick them up, because the upscale, the look of the film is just so vastly superior than what comes on Blu-ray. It's just astounding how good these look. Like, they look better than what they did in the cinema. It's just eye-popping stuff. So the opening 10 minutes of this movie are pretty much a silent film. There's very little dialogue. It's just the apes communicating with each other via sign language. And they're wearing their war paint and they're out hunting deer, and pretty much straight away you're established the relationship connection with Caesar, his son, Blue Eyes, and Koba, the main antagonist of the film. And once it gets going, there's no stopping it. It's just fantastic. The main plot of this movie is essentially about delicate race relations. So we've got a small human contingent and the apes who are building up a civilization. There's been very little contact between the two for years and years and years. And when they do come in contact with each other, it's a very delicate situation. So this movie takes place in 2026. Most of the human population is gone. There is a few settlements here and there around the world. The people that we're following in this movie, led by Gary Oldman, is in San Francisco. So the human settlement in San Francisco is running very low on power. Their generators are running out of fuel. So the only option they have is to go into ape territory where there is a dam and reactivate the power there so they can have electricity back. So that means humans and apes kind of need to work together here. There is a moment early on in the film where Blue Eyes, Caesar's son, and Ash, his ape friend, are out fishing and they come across Carver, played by Kirk Avocado, who promptly shoots Ash in a fit of fear and rage. The apes turn up and instantly we have got conflicts. So Jason Clarke, who's the leader of the human group, really wants to make a connection with Caesar, and he does everything he can in his power to form a relationship with the apes, because he knows that the dam, which is in their territory, they need access to it. They need to get to this dam and they need to activate it now, because they're going to be running out of power. We're going to be running out of food, and they need the power so they can have radio communications. They're trying to reach out and contact other human settlements around the country. So Caesar allows the humans to work on the dam under one condition, that there is no guns. Of course, Carver brings guns and it doesn't end well. Our young baby chimp is playing with the humans and inadvertently discovers the gun. Carver freaks out and tries to slap the gun away from the chimp, and causes a bit of a riot because the apes do not like humans as it is, and having a human attack a baby chimp is not a good look. So it's pretty much all about the peace and the human relationship with the apes, trying to find a common ground. And of course, there is animosity on both sides, with Kobar, the main protagonist on the ape side of the camp, who is pretty much Caesar's number two. He was badly treated when he was in the first movie. He was experimented on. He's got scars all over his body from experiments, and he's just got a massive mistrust of human beings, which is understandable. So his reaction to humans is nothing but fear and rage. And he actually forms a plot to shoot Caesar and make it look like humans did it to start a war. It's such a well-written story. It takes the Planet of the Apes series in a really dramatic direction, and the special effects are second to none. The performance capture they use, the performance of the actors who are playing the apes and the actors who are responding to them is just so amazingly done. The special effects, unreal. And Andy Serkis is pretty much the king of motion capture performances these days. He's found his niche. The execution alone is just what makes the story work. Granted, even the older movies, they just had actors in masks, and even that in its crudity was something wonderful to behold. Those movies, though they're really dated now, still have got something going for them that has made them stand the test of time. Absolutely adore them. And these prequels are just stunning in their execution, and they pay so much respect to what has come before, and they're done so brilliantly well. You can't help but just really appreciate all the work that's gone into these movies, and I cannot recommend this movie series enough. The prequel series, so far, I've only seen Rise and I've only seen Dawn. At this point, I'm about to watch War, and I cannot wait to put that in my eyeballs. These movies are brilliant. They're just absolutely brilliant, and in the 4K HDR, they are elevated to something special. The scenes in this movie, the war scenes, there's a scene where after Kobar starts a bit of a riot back at the ape settlement as caught fire, and it's just stunning in how beautiful it looks. So yeah, guys, that's my review on Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Really check it out, guys. This is an amazing movie, and I cannot recommend it highly enough. Please check it out. You're going to be doing yourself a massive favor. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for checking out my channel. Once again, subscribe if you haven't already, and throw me a thumbs up, and I will catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching.